Hi guys, hope everybody's alright. Sonny's alright. We're going to do a bit of cooking with Gino D'CampoVan today, and bit of a nice dish today for you guys who like pasta, and for you people who love your Asian food. We're going to put a bit of a twist on the old pasta today. We're going to do Keema pasta. So let's get started, eh? So I'm going to use 2 onions. Now I've just had a sandwich, so I've already got pretty much one left there. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to peel these onions. Let's get rid of that into the bin. And yeah, just to let you know, my hands have been washed. So let's get these onions nice and thin. God, I love onions. As you can see, I'm not a chef, but you don't need to be a chef to cook, do you? All these housewives and house husbands, mothers, dads, not all chefs. We just like cooking. So that's the onions. For this, I'm going to use some grass-fed beef mince. There's 400 grams there, between 400 and 500 grams. That's all that you need. So I'm going to fry this stuff off now. So I'm going to move this camera. Let's get it to the cooker. Right, pan's on, and I mean a small splash, drizzle, very small drizzle of olive oil. That's all I'm putting in. And just get that olive oil nice and warm, and get this mince in. Now the mince has got 20% less fat, so hopefully it'll be alright. Let's get this bad boy in there. This is from Lidl, this. Let's get some scissors in there. They make everything so bloody hard work to get all into nowadays. Just washing my hands again. Get this mince broke up. Is it me, or mince doesn't ever seem to be like it used to be in the old days, where you used to get it proper like ground mince? It's like a bloody block of cheese nowadays. Let that just cook off. Just going to put a tiny bit of salt in there. That's only for flavouring. We will be putting some more salt in later on. Get in there. We want this mince nice and brown, but broke up as much as you can, because we want it to fill them pasta shells. Now it might just be me, but I can't stand the smell of mince when it's being cooked. Same as liver. It's like, no. But it's cooking down nicely. You can see it's getting brown. I won't boil it to death, I'll cook it and then I'll get back to you. Right, as you can see, the mince is cooked, but you do get quite a lot of fat. So, I'm going to turn the cooker off and get rid of this fat as much as I can. Although it's 20% less fat, the fat is gone and it's going just in a dish, just until we're ready for it. But we'll have to be careful because Junior is on the prowl. No change there, Junior's always on the prowl. So that's the mince, browned off, put to one side for a bit. So, doesn't matter about his pan, it's being used again. So, let's get that back on. Yeah, again, another tiny drizzle of olive oil. Let that start warming up. Now the sound of that is just the tiny bit of mince that's left in there, but no detriment to it. So what I'm going to put in here now are your whole spices. I'm going to put cinnamon, a couple of bay leaves, and a couple, 2 or 3 crushed cardamom pods. Now cardamom is a beautiful spice, but if you do leave it for quite some time, they do get a bit hard. So I'm just going to give that a few seconds just to infuse in that oil. Turn that down a bit. So that's the whole spices cooking. I can smell them cooking and they smell amazing. So in there, I'm just going to put the onions. Get them onions in there, get them cooking. With that cinnamon stick, cardamom pods and bay leaves. It's starting to smell amazing. I'm just going to put a sprinkle of salt in there because salt helps the onions break down. Now it's starting to smell like a bit like a curry, to be fair. So we're going to get that probably about 5, maybe 10 minutes for these onions. break them right down. The heat's on halfway, so I'm just going to pop that lid on there and leave them for 4 or 5 minutes. So these onions have been in now for roughly about 6-7 minutes. So they're nice and sweated. So I'm going to bang this mincemeat back in. Get that in there. Give it a good stir. Let that cook off for a few seconds. At this stage, I'm going to add a yellow pepper and a green chilli. Give that another good mix. Now you can use any pepper, any of the traffic light peppers, but I used the green one a couple of days ago for a curry. So we're down to yellow and red. Now I prefer yellow. So it's been cooking. Onions are done. They're to a nice texture. Mince is already cooked. The bell pepper is in there. The chili's in there. It's smelling really good. We've got all our whole spices in there. So let's get on with the powdered stuff. So I'm just going to add 3/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Get that in there. Turmeric's really good for you. Cumin powder. I'm going to add gram masala. Gram masala is a fantastic spice, and I've got some Hungarian sweet paprika. Yet again, another amazing spice. And I'm just going to get that all mixed up. Wow, smells. Should have smell-o-vision. Smelling really, really good. Just let that cook off for a few seconds. Now it's not on a high heat, it's only on a low heat I should say. Let's get some garlic in here. Right. That's a couple of cloves of garlic. About the same with ginger. Give that a good mix up. Guys, this is smelling absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to do at this stage is just pop a tiny bit of water in there. Just a little bit. Just so it's a bit wet. Man alive, this is smelling gorgeous. Guys, look at that. Ooh. The thing is, it's actually being mixed with pasta, so we don't want it too wet. Put just a tiny bit of water in it. It'll help all them spices that we put in get around that mince, get into the onions. It's smelling beautiful. Now that part of it is done. That's all cooked. Happy with that. I'm just literally going to add a tiny bit of a mild curry powder. Look at that, guys. That is looking beautiful, isn't it? Right, I'm going to turn that off now, take it off the heat. Let's cook the pasta. Right, so the mince is all done. Smells absolutely fantastic. So we're going to get on with boiling the pasta. So water's in. We're going to put a sprinkle of salt in. Now, some do, some don't. I always put just a little tiny drop of olive oil in the water. Stops the pasta sticking. So this is the pasta that we're using. It's got the shells, so it's perfect for the keema mince, or the keema, to go into. So we'll get that open. Water's getting nice and hot now. And get that pasta in there. Now, I'll get shouted at if I use a metal spoon on these pans. So, leave that to boil away, and we'll won't bore you with that, so we'll get back to you. So, the pasta is now cooked. The keema is done. So, with your pasta, into the keema, give it a right good stir. Get all that keema inside these shells. That's what it's all about. Give it a right good mix. You can actually see the keema going into the shells. Wow. Don't know about you, but to me that looks amazing and it smells divine. So that's all cooked. You get your mozzarella cheese and a couple of big handfuls of mozzarella cheese in there. Don't be shy with it. And give that a good stir. Get that mozzarella all stringy. Look at it. Look at that. Man alive, that's good. And that's it. It's done. Keema pasta. So, Angie's just dishing some up. Ooh, that's all nice and stringy. Well, what do you think about that? Let's taste it. Oh, bloody hell. That is good. So that is your keema pasta with mozzarella. Enjoy. Until the next one, guys. See you soon.